Mal, Mike, and John. We are NFT Culture. Pio's on vacation, well-deserved. Rob is on vacation, well-deserved. We got Sass coming on in a little bit, who's very sad. Oh wow, hold on, let me fix this real quick. Pio's on vacation. Let's have some live issues already at the gate. It's hard when you watch the stream and go live. So yeah, John, you ran your first thing last night. How'd that go?
Oh man, you tell me how it went, man. I was like a bird, little birdie that jumped out of the nest and my wings just expanded and I flew.
Your wings just expanded.
They just expanded and flew. It was natural.
Man, I thought you did great. It was beautiful.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Now the question is, what did I stream? Let's find out if you actually watched.
Man, hey, at least I bought my own token, bro.
Bro, I did buy the token. Thank you very much.
There
were some accusations of lies saying that I didn't buy, but my wallet says otherwise.
We'll get to that in a minute, but we have a special guest.
What's up, boys?
Sophisticated art speculator.
I miss you guys. I hit up Malachi. I did. I'm like, miss you guys.
Well, let's demonetize this immediately for you.
Yeah, demonetize this. Ain't no way YouTube's giving any revenue for this stream.
The innocent can never last. Wake
me up when September ends.
Not only are we getting demonetized.
Bear market, baby. September bear market. I called that song late August. It's the theme song of this month. Let's go.
So you left to go on your bachelor party. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, you got married?
I'm getting married in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
Yeah. But when's the bachelor party this weekend?
Give us the details, dude. Put it all out there in the open for the world to hear.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Did lots of weird drugs, drank a lot of alcohol, smoked a lot of blunts, and still love my wife at the end of it. So our future wife. So
sounds like a successful trip.
It was a successful trip, but man, I'm still not 100%. I'm being honest with you. I couldn't even touch an NFT. I don't know if it was the spiritual drugs I did or if it was or what, but I minted today though. I minted crypto alien punks. Somehow those guys figured out gas. I paid $6 in gas to mint 10 NFTs. I was like, I'm probably getting scammed right now, but it's such a cheap scam. I'm going to do it. And then the NFT showed up in my wallet. Yeah.
Was it on Solana? Like, did they take?
That's what I said. I asked them. I'm like, is this on Solana? They don't know it at Ethereum. It's some random ass like Brazilian team. I think figured out Ethereum or something.
What the hell? Maybe they batched all the transactions so everybody piled into mint, and then you all split the gas cost.
I was wondering if they did something like innovative like that. Seriously, someone needs to look into their smart contract. But
that's what Nifty Gateway figured out finally. Like that's why like they changed the batch process, and that's why like they all come immediately after mint.
Interesting.
And they save a ton of money.
Yeah, because if you guys remember that, like the sevens exploit, where like that one guy like minted 1,000, and he kept running like for loops to like add mints to like the singular batch, and he ended up paying like some stupid cost, low cost like per NFT he got or something.
Yeah, you can save. I mean, I think the way he did it was he had a smart contract that called the mint function.
Yeah.
So you can save a little bit, but it's not going to get it all the way down to like, that'll save like 10%, but it won't save all the way down to like, $6 worth.
God, I haven't seen a $6 mint on Ethereum.
Yeah, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. But here, hold on.
It probably just felt like $6 because we've been getting beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check out the contract while we're on this call right now.
You sure?
Yeah, it was okay. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah, maybe it wasn't $6 in gas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sass, it was probably 6 ETH. You maybe got confused.
I got scammed.
It was like the old OpenSea scam.
Yeah, yeah. It was a 6. Wasn't USDC.
So you did 10 punks and you used up 1.2 million gas. That's about 120K gas per.
Is that
NFT.
low?
It's on the low side, but it's not like ours were around 160K.
Okay.
If you did a bulk of 10.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's a little bit cheaper, but it's not.
This
like
is why I
super
shouldn't be minting right now. I'm still recovering from my bachelor party. I thought it was $6.
You shouldn't be
and
minting
$100.
because there's no good projects.
No, dude. I did nothing all week, and then last night I got drunk and I lost 8K in Bitcoin, and then woke up and minted crypto alien punks. So,
How'd you lose 8K in Bitcoin? Would you take a leverage position or what?
yeah, I bet 200K and went the other way on me.
Okay.
Yeah, Cowboys lost, so I blame the Cowboys.
Are you a
So-
Cowboys fan?
I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome.
It's been a
Welcome to
long
the-
life. It's been a
Welcome to
long
the
life.
sadness.
It's been a long
Yeah.
life.
I was 6 years old when we were a great team.
Okay. Awesome.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, congrats on the sellout, man. Like
Thanks.
I was at my bachelor party and I'm just like following the news and I'm like awesome. I'm so happy for you guys.
Dude,
if anyone in
it's-
the world deserves it, you guys do.
I appreciate it. And I remember we you know, in a Discord we're not allowed to talk about. You were like, Mal, your drop is the top.
You are the
Whenever,
top.
whenever it comes, you're the top.
That was like a month ago too.
and then we do it over the top. And like, you know what's crazy is like it's I have newfound respect for all of the projects. Like when we were talking about like Theo and the Goblins and like all these projects, it's like, you know, you're trying to problem solve and it's like the devs are asleep. And you're like, how the F can those devs be asleep? And no matter how prepared you are, 72 hours before launch, everything's breaking, everything's going south.
Yeah.
And your dev is just like fixing everything. And
Yeah,
you're
it
like,
works
no.
great on testnet. You flip it to mainnet and like the mint
Yeah.
function breaks and you're 5 minutes before launch. You're like, okay, great.
Everything
My problem was
breaks.
the gas calculations. That's the bug we had. Is
It was like
doing the gas
estimating it
calculations
through the
wrong.
roof or whatever.
No, I was estimating too low, which is even worse. 'Cause if
$6
you
gas.
estimate-
You guys were
exactly.
a $6 gasser.
Yeah, so
Not gonna make it.
Here's the bad thing about estimating it too low is the EVM is going to try to process that transaction, and then when it runs out of gas, you've already used up all that gas, and so
It
it's
takes
going
it
to
back.
bill you for that gas. So it keeps
But
it.
you don't mint.
Yeah, and then you
It's
just
a nasty
it just
bug.
kicks it out. So it's
Shit.
like a bad failure. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I refunded everybody who had, it was easy for me to tell every single
it happened.
transaction
Yeah.
where it happened because it would run out of gas right at 160K. Because I had a if else, and you dropped out of the else. I mean, I had an else statement on the end, and everybody was falling into that piece. It was very stupid code, but I did it at 3 a.m. So
Hey,
that's my excuse.
I don't know much about code, but we had a similar problem with crypto raiders, and someone was like, "That's why you use for loops or something, right? Instead of if else's or something." I don't know. I'm not. You know better than me.
There's some tricks, but that I would have.
You don't
used
know
if-
until you get in the
yeah.
trenches. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you're a
sure.
seasoned Solidity smart contract dev now. You have a successful launch under your belt,
It's
dude.
true.
You can say that. You're in like a unit of 10,000 people worldwide, probably.
Well, the other
Yeah.
thing is like, it's funny. We were talking to a project that we were like helping behind the scenes, like nothing for profit or making money. And they took a look at the contract. They're like, yeah, this is innovative. This is great. The burn mechanics, all the stuff we're getting critiqued on right now in our Discord. They're like, this is all brilliant. They're like, what about the front end? And it's like, oh, wow.
And you're like, you need a front end? We were just
Yeah.
going to do it off the contract.
Yeah, you know, because in the other one, we're just like, let's just go straight to the contract and mint. But
Yeah.
the rest of the world wants to
It's pretty to
come
look at.
and yeah, and do it. You know,
You don't want a hooker, you want an escort. You want to take her out on a nice date. You know,
Yeah.
you want to take her around town.
but yeah, so we learned a lot of lessons that way. Look at who just joined us.
Oh,
Let's go,
man.
dude.
He looks
The
like
rare
Austin-
Pepe
Austin's-
himself.
Austin's
rare
having an
Pepe.
impact on him.
I want to
How
know
are you?
where your headphones at, Pio.
Yo, where are your headphones? This echo is killing me.
Where are the fucking headphones?
Hey, just
What
give me a
up, man?
hand count on the IPAs.
I've never drank beer before.
Those non-alky IPAs, right?
Yeah, it's nothing but alcohol free. Yo, I'm really happy that John's giving me a hard time about the headphones, though, I gotta tell you.
That's awesome. Enjoy that, Pio. Enjoy it.
So let me ask the crowd a question. Are we thinking that not IPAs, fucking rare Pepes are gonna
Oh God.
literally buy me a boat?
At least.
Hey, did you guys see my tweet on Twitter? Because like two of the top sales this week, like $500,000 each for rare Pepes, and I retweeted it. I'm like, Pio is like 1 for 50 on NFT calls, but the one he got right is gonna make him like unbelievably rich, dude.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
And actually, technically, he corrected me. He's 2 for 50. So I was lowballing him a little bit.
It's funny. Like I used to, I was like, Pio, you get on Spaces and you talk so much about curio cards and Pepes, and I'm like, he's like, Mal, just stop. And then like today, I'm like, Pio, I want to apologize.
Yeah.
Rare Pepe.
He was right.
Man.
He was right. I'm never fading Pio again, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, my wallet's not sorry, man. I got the curio card. I got the Pepes. I was telling you guys about Pepes a while ago, man. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun having Pepes right now.
Is there like a secret kind of group like that? You go into like a baby bathwater retreat kind of style thing with all the rare Pepe owners.
Dude, we're all a bunch of old white guys, and we all got rare Pepes. So I'd say that's.
So you need to go to like Northern Europe then.
It's like there's a council, right, Pio? It's like the Pepe Wizards, right?
There's a bunch of really like interesting stuff going on with the Pepe scientists and all that.
Some Freemason shit.
Yes.
It's only for those that are initiated.
Oh, Pio, don't be big dog.
That's why he's actually in Austin, man. He got spanked with the Pepe paddle last night. Like
he's at PepeCon.
I definitely, if there's one thing that's happened to me since I got here, I definitely got spanked by the Pepe paddle. Okay.
You got it, man. That's I think it'd be hanging on your wall back home for the next podcast.
Pio's gonna have like a Mike Tyson Pepe tattoo when he gets back from Austin.
Oh yeah. The last night was wild.
I'm looking at the little picture of myself right now, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm representing myself on a live stream like this right now.
I think you look great.
We've all been there.
You always wear hats, man. You got a good upper facial structure. I like it.
Well, look, man, I'm gonna be headbutting all the Pepe haters in a minute, so you already know.
You're gonna have to like settle a headbutt lawsuit with one Pepe. You're gonna be in court. Like, I could pay you in cash, or we could settle this right now. I got a real rare Pepe, and that's actually why I headbutt you. I was on a Pepe high.
Have you seen that meme with it's like divorces in 2030 and it's like splitting apes and splitting ducks
instead of the Beanie Babies? They're like sitting on the ground, like sorting them.
They're sorting NFTs. I get the Bored Ape, you get the mutants.
Right?
Nick, you bought into what'd you buy into today? There was something you bought into, right?
Crypto alien punks.
Let's go.
I thought it was $6 gas. We've actually confirmed it was more like 120 to mint 10, but it felt really cheap. It felt like 6. And I sold one and made all my money back. So now it's just another bag. It'll be there with my Chads and my base fish mafia and my pickles and my bananas and my whelps. Let's talk about whelps, man. I love that project. It was innovative. Lost me all of my money, which I was fine with. And then they airdrop me like 25 like avatars that I can't sell either. And then now they're on the top of my walls. Every time I log into my wall, there's like 15 dragons just staring at me as I scroll down first. Like, I didn't ask for this.
I love the team that did the whelps. They're fantastic.
They were innovative. Like, I feel bad that they didn't do better because that was such a cool like generative kind of process.
But it is like a reminder. It's like making a really bad mistake in college, and like 4 years later, it like shows up at the top and it just sticks around.
Yeah. It's like if a girl stops talking to you and ghosts you, and you like write her like a handwritten letter. Like, bro, you're done already. Like, you know what I mean? I don't need the avatars on top. Like that was the handwritten letter for me. But who knows? You know what happens, man? I said the same stuff about the pickles, same stuff about the bananas. I'm well in the green on both of those. They magically came back with like 4 days left in the bull run. I literally plowed through 150 pickles at like 0.06, 0.07 sold. I've been selling bananas left and right at 0.08. The penis-shaped projects came full circle. Full circle for me. I made my bag. Took 2.5 months.
When in doubt, you got to bet on penis-shaped NFTs without question.
I think one of the best moves is just hide it, and then you forget about it. And if it comes back and makes it's free money at that point. You know, I hit all my bananas. They came back. Now it's great, man. Love the banana team. Anyways, enough about me.
All right, so look, so what were the big stories of this week, right? I'm sure you guys already talked about it, but
Oh, Pio, you missed. We played a Green Day as soon as I got on.
well,
We
I
just
can't wait for
killed
this
the
to get
monetization
demonetized.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't wait for this video to get removed from YouTube because I had a stream earlier this week with a guy. We played his music videos, right? We had Dill on. And we played
Yeah, you're cutting out.
Dill's actual music videos, and YouTube was like, "Well, you can't play the guy's videos he made because we're gonna demonetize it." So we had to take the whole video down. So I can't wait for this video to get pulled down because of Green Day. But
I apologize in advance. It was worth it.
It was worth it.
What's the big
It's
story this week? I
RoboPO.
mean, we had like the loot, I guess, at the beginning of the week. Am I lost? Am I gone?
Yeah, we're losing you. Hit disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah, I think mint everything season is dead.
Yeah.
I think FOMO flipping random stuff is dead. It's we're in be selective season. That's my opinion.
Well,
So wait, Mally, are we dead because flipping's dead, or season's down, or is it just because the whole market's down?
I think
it's just like fatigue.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of fatigue. I think it's because of sports betting. I think that I actually thought that sports betting would be a good accelerator for it. I think that there's too many projects. Supply is outpacing demand. I think that people are getting smarter. I mean, look, I'm tired. I want a break, and I don't want NFTs to crash. I actually think I was talking to Paper D earlier today, and he's like, look, this is actually good. We're flat. It's not actually a crash. Those Kotaku articles, everyone's saying NFTs are dead. It's cool. You said NFTs were dead 2 months ago. You said NFTs were dead 4 months ago. We're actually pretty flat. And I think the mutants sucked all of the liquidity out of the market, right? Literally sucked it dry.
Right into my wallet, baby.
Yeah,
and I ain't buying shit. I ain't bringing that liquidity back.
And I'm not gonna sell my mutant cheap. Everyone who
Did y'all use your mutant serum? Did y'all use it?
Did you sell it, Mike?
No, I still have mine. I'm just gonna hold on to it until it's the last one left.
I think it's a genius play, to be honest with you.
But we'll see. It's down to 4. It was at 9 or 10. I just have the M1.
Wait a minute. But didn't they launch enough serum for every single ape?
They did.
So you have the last one, and you have the last ape that hasn't been used.
No, they didn't. They gave there's 10,000 apes, right?
Yeah.
And they gave each person either an M1, an M2, or an M3.
Okay.
So that means if everybody wants to do both an M, not everybody can. Everybody.
Yeah,
because
you could use multiple on one ape. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you can do M2 and M1 on one ape.
Some people wanted sets. They wanted their ape, their M2 mutant, and their M1 mutant.
Yeah, so there's 10,000 total serums, but as far as M1s go, there's only probably 7. I don't know what the ratio is, but there's probably only 7,000. And then for M2s, all those people need an M1 if they want to do an M1 also. So there's a built-in supply constraint there. But still, it might have been that at the peak. If I had sold it right at the peak, it's probably the highest it'll ever be. I don't know.
Yeah, NFT Nick sold a few at the peak and made a guap.
You told me what to price mine at. You told me the perfect price. The night that Mutants came out, I could have made a bunch of money, and you told me the perfect price, and I was like, I'm going to do 30% higher than that. Yeah, and
I was the same way, dude. I said Mutant Ape Yacht Club is going to play out identically to Meebits, which is it's going to launch super hype. There's going to be a week of flipping price action, and it's just going to be a slow fade, hibernation, and then it'll come back strong eventually. It'll come back real strong, back up to 10 ETH floor, I think, eventually, but it's going to take some time. And I didn't even listen to my own advice. I literally bought 25 ETH worth of mutants and put them in a fractional vault. So I forced diamond handed myself. I'm not going to be able to get that money back for 6 months. I just wrote that off as 0. It's just me chilling there. Nice little.
Hey, so you said it played out just like Meebits. Did Meebits ever come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, Meebits ripped up to 8 ETH floor at the top of this bowl.
Really?
And they were minted at 2.5, but they went down all the way to 0.7 at the bottom first, so I mean.
Yeah, I was telling Mal I didn't have much confidence in mutants because of it, because I'm like, nobody wants to be the second-class citizen in society, right? So everybody looks for the next first-class citizen.
are they considered a part of the Bored Ape community? I mean,
Yeah, the mutants are like considered tier 1, like
Are they?
with
Okay.
Bored Ape Yacht Club. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they look at
so-
you different, John. You know, they look at you a little different.
Come on.
I personally think the art is creative, but I don't personally. I had to look really, really hard to find one that I even would.
Yeah, I don't like the
consider buying.
slimy face. I don't like the slimy
That's
face.
the worst.
I got like a nice like grill guy. My guy
Oh, you
looks
got
like
one
an
with a
ape.
regular mouth.
Yeah, I got, and it's a 4 trait, so it has no other weird stuff on it. So it looks like an ape that just got the piss knocked out of it and just like got
Those
out of
the
the
ones
hospital.
Those are the ones
Yeah.
I was looking at, and you can get those like right around still 4 still for on
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, like that one looks so like dope right there.
Oh, so he's got the sushi band. Whose is that?
Is that yours, Mel? That one looks dope.
Yeah, like I was really lucky that like
Clean.
my sushi ape, the dead ape sushi, like it's a 6 trait, but it's still like I got lucky with the mouth, the eyes, the sushi band, and the
Wait, this
like.
is yours?
Yeah.
Holy sh!
It looks so good.
Bro, you
That's
That's
got
one
it.
of the best I've
You
seen.
got one of the best ones.
It's
man.
like the cleanest. Like, here's the thing: is like for people that wanted to get into Bored Ape Yacht Club but can't afford it. Like, this is like you want to look for a clean mutant that like looks almost like it, but that melting face and all that craziness doesn't work. So I'm pretty proud of this.
I got the
Yeah.
best idea though for us to pump all of our Mutant Ape Yacht Club bags, which is at the beginning of October. We form a Mutant Ape Yacht Club collective, and we push it as the profile pick for Halloween. Like, if you don't have a mutant for Halloween, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best PFP, blue chip
Yeah.
PFP for Halloween. So we really got to push that angle. We're gonna need some dedicated podcasts from you all. I'm gonna be pushing the angle. We'll make a little dress up generative website or something like that, and
Okay, nice. I like
get it
that.
to a 10th floor.
I need to go pick one up then, because I don't want to use my mutant serum. I just want to hold it as part of the collection.
Yeah,
I want to.
My comprehensive Bored Ape collection will include serum in it, but
I
also
love
it
it.
should include a mutant too. Dang, Malachi, yours is freaking sweet. Yours is one of the best ones I've seen. Congrats
Same.
on that one.
I just canceled it. I had it listed for less than 10.
You paper hander.
No,
Yeah.
bro,
Don't do it.
I made 15 ETH on my Tyson.
I know
Like,
you don't need to be dumping
That's
your
the
good
best.
stuff.
I paid off both my cars. I was like, I bought it for 0.6. I wrote it. I woke up.
What's a Tyson?
The Mike Tyson NFT. You missed this. Like, Mike Tyson launched an NFT like super quick. Awesome. I'll pull it up here in a second. But like,
When was it? When I was away last weekend?
yeah. Here,
That's an expensive bachelor party. Fuck.
Yeah, but it was like, okay, I did cancel mine. But it was like crazy because I was like, you know what? I thought I was going to sell it for 1.5 and I didn't. And for a couple days I was flipping and just like, what do I do? What do I do? My wife is like, hold on to this. Whatever you do, hold
Wives are
on
the
to it.
best.
And then she was like, you know what? Like, let's just list it for 10. And I do my 9.9 trick and I go to bed. And I wake up to take my oldest son to school because I do that every freaking morning. And I'm like, okay, the floor is like 9.5, and I just cancel it just because I knew. And so by the time, like 30-minute window, I leave, I take my son to school, I come back, the floor is 14 ETH. And I'm like, okay, finally, paper hand Mal is going to make some money.
I was about to say that was probably the happiest drive to school you've ever had in your life. You're like, that was worth it.
I came back, I listed it. It sold within like 5 minutes for 14.5 ETH. Like literally immediately, boom, take the money out. Within 24 hours, transfer from ETH to my middle platform. Then I send it back and it's already in like within 24 hours in my bank account. Pay off my cars. Boom. It was the best thing ever. It was awesome.
I used to always say, get to free rolling. You took it to the next level. You said, no, I'm free riding. I'm going to pay off my cars. I'm free riding.
I'm free. Yeah. But yeah, you haven't seen this?
Man, these are actually cool.
Yeah.
Well done, Mike.
This is, hold on. This one's my favorite if we can get far enough. Look at this piece of magic. And like the floor on this one, it's one of 50.
Give me a kiff.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It's beautiful. I might try and go pick. If these fall anymore, I might try to get back in on it.
I love it. This is one of the better like celebrity NFTs I've seen.
So
Yeah.
Mal, I think these will probably drop a little more because the what's going on with Ether cards, they're about to get some of that supply. So you see that extra supply coming to the market will probably drop a little bit, and then you can snipe one.
I hope so. It's a really good
Hey,
piece.
Somebody
I
talk
think
me
Give Me
through
a
these.
Kiss is probably the best NFT I've ever seen, period.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet. Somebody talk me through these word game ones.
Oh, the loot. Well, Crypto Raiders Crypto Raiders is making. We need to make a Crypto Raiders video next week because like hand over fist with the Aurum and Raider right now. My daily flywheel that you guys helped me set up has been bananas.
Oh,
But real quick, I do want to say one thing. We have our first mod. Like NFT culture has gotten big enough. Shout out to Mike number 2.
Mike number
Or
2.
The second
go.
Mike.
Let's go.
He
Mikey
goes
Mike.
by Too Perfect. He's our first official moderator. You know, we talked to Joff, we talked to a couple other people, and it's super awkward. Like, you become such good friends. Like, Joff and I have become such good friends. It's like, man, I don't want like I couldn't even ask him because he's a mod on, you know, Nifty Gateway, and like it's just crazy to just see that we've matured so much. And once you have a drop, like things just change. And so I just want to say shout out to the mics, all of the mics, every mic. They're all great. But Mike Winters / Too Perfect, thank you so much for stepping up. Thank you for keeping
him, bro.
No, he's in our chat. He's already
Shout
doxed
out to
himself.
Mike, who lives on 842 Peabody Lane, Chicago, Illinois, 218242.
Dude's been anonymous for like 4 years.
He doxed himself. He's
John, you're one to talk. You're always calling me by my last name. You doctor. The doctor is called.
Sorry about that, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but he's kept it like down because we've been heads down since launch. Like trying to, you know, we wanted to wait on launching the Forge and all those types of things. POA, can you mute yourself? No headphones.
Did that feel good, Mally?
Because now I see it because it's like the click, 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 click.
Oh, that's nasty, PO. Oh, no. You're just being hateful now, man.
Oh, man. All right. Anyway, shout out to Mike. Oh, no, come back. Oh. Anyway, yeah. So it's been a crazy couple weeks. You know, what are we excited about? Do we go into Crypto Raiders?
Dude, I bought 2 loots right before I went on my bachelor
No,
party.
you didn't.
Loots. Let's talk about loots.
No, let's
Yeah.
talk about loots.
I bought 2 at 7, and now it's a bag.
7?
A temporary
0.7?
bag. 7. But
Seven.
they went all the way. Yeah,
They
they
went
went
to,
all the
like,
way up to 18.
Yeah.
And now they're down to 6. But I wish I had my laptop on my bachelor party because I would have sold one for like 18. That would have been nice to be profitable on them. But I'm long term holding them. I'm just gonna diamond hand these.
What's the play on these though?
Dude.
I think the play is that they either go to 0 or 50.
But are the ones you picked up? Is there some sort of rarity attribute?
Nah, I bought the floor. I'm a floor buyer. I sweep the floor.
Oh, that was 7 ETH for the floor on those.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes!
I was coming off my big mutant ape guap, so you know I was
Okay.
playing a little silly. But I mean, my and we're doing like some of this at like Crypto Raiders, but the reason why I bought them is just because I really like the idea of like decentralized infrastructure assets for gaming.
Yeah, I like that.
And this may not be the one, but it was the first. And so if this does become a big thing in the future for gaming, I think that like loot will probably always hold like a special spot, like sort of like how CryptoPunks, you know, even though they're not technically the first, or Pepe's, yeah. You know, like that early adopter kind of nostalgia. And I do think like some things can like actually get built on top. And we're a week away from doing an exciting airdrop for all Raider stakers. And we're building a synergy on top of the loot ecosystem that will reward loot holders and then also Crypto Raider stakers. And I think it's a really cool mechanic. And I think this will, right now, the problem with all the loot things is that it's 100% conceptual. There's no actual application that you can actually use, right? People are just building like conceptual on top of conceptual on top of conceptual. But our launch is actually going to, I think, show how it can actually be integrated into a game, and then I think people will get excited about it a little bit more.
I do want to say shout out to Crypto Lurker with her green jerkin video is one
That
of
was
the
the best.
best.
That's
I've
the
ever
best.
seen.
Best there ever is.
We're getting green jerkin hats. You know,
For sure.
and we're gonna send her one. We're gonna have her. I want to give her like a weekly or monthly segment. She's an up and coming YouTube star. We want to make her shine because there's not enough diversity in the space, and she's brilliant. Her history of curio cards and everything else, like, and you know, her.
And she's funny.
And
She knows how to rip.
hilarious.
She knows how to rip.
Green
Like, I like
jerkin.
Green jerkin.
I want to actually talk about this for a couple minutes, and then I want to actually go into a little bit of the DC comic stuff that's come up today.
Oh, cool.
If we can, just get a little serious for a minute. Actually, yeah, let's stay here. So, Crypto Raiders, do you know when the? So I've been running my Tammys left and right. I'm actually trying to convince artists that I know to like make Tammy art because I want like Tammy to be the demon hunter of the future.
Hell yeah.
But when is it going to become more than a concept, and when is it going to be an actual game that we can play?
Yeah, I'd like to think that we're probably 2 weeks away from you being able to raid the Hogger dungeon with full combat, full animation. So it's really cool. So basically, like you see the top-down version now, but when you get into a battle, you go into like an isometric like cutscene where like it kind of
like
looks
Final Fantasy or
like Final
Fantasy Star.
Exactly. And so then there'll be the whole fight scene. And I've been on a couple of the dev calls. We got 3 full-time devs now, just cranking, and like the stuff they're working on is really good in my opinion. So like they've already run simulations where like if you try to go into Hogger naked, you're going to get murked like 90% of the time. You still have like a 10% chance of like winning ungeared, but they've been running models with like the code that they've built out. So the whole combat code is there. Now we're having to like tie it into the game. And just to get a little technical, we are going to eventually port to Unity, but right now we're building the game on Phaser
Awesome.
Yeah. But and they have a lot of plugins that just make a lot of this stuff way easier. But right now we're building on Phaser JS, which is a little bit harder to work with. But yeah, I'm very confident that like we're really close around the corner from like actual fighting, and then that's when it's going to get really fun. But like one of the reasons why it's also taking a little bit more time is because they've been building the infrastructure in a long-term way. So for example, right now, like everything's simulated, but they've created it on the infrastructure that we can flip a switch and make combat's decision-based. So you could like eventually down the road, if we want that,
item,
like
etc. Yeah,
you can hit a potion, you can switch from magic to physical for attacks and do all of that stuff. So because it would have been really easy just to almost fake it, right, and create like a simulated experience where it looks like you're fighting, but you're not. On the back end, you're not actually fighting, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
It's completely RNG. You have no control over the output. Yeah,
exactly. And so so now that like, we built it the proper way, so there's actual like logic in that and all of that jazz. So and the nice thing is also how they're building it is once we build that, it's going to be way easier to build on top of it for like the next experience. Like it's literally going to be able to just throw in another boss, other mobs, have different animations for them and all of that jazz. And then we just on Monday, a new dev is starting, and his full-time job is to build the fishing game. And so hoping to get that out in like 30 to 45 days. So 45 days from now, there should be a fully functional dungeon. I mean, sooner than that, but fully functional dungeon, fishing game. Nat's auction house will be completely functional. Gear NFTs will be launched. So like 45 days from now, you'll be able to go into a dungeon, raid the dungeon, come out with a sick piece of gear, throw it on the Crypto Raider auction house and sell it if you want, sell your characters on there. The fishing game is going to launch and then have literal liquidity pools. So you'll be able to like sell your lobster into a lobster Aurum liquidity pool. So I'm looking forward just to seeing like, people just full-time fishers. Like they don't even go in for the combat. They just sit around and fish all day and sell their lobsters for for some shekels.
I want to say, like, I'm incredibly proud of you because you and the team. Like, one of my biggest critiques was like, if it's on rails, like, it's not a game, right? It is purely RNG. The second thing is, like, when you think about Axie Infinity and actual P, like, play to earn type of games, like getting into Unity's, it's not perfect because you can still have bots with Unity and all of those types of things, but it's a better step than Phaser. Because we're thinking about that with like Nifty Arcade, which I shouldn't be talking about. But then like the third piece of that is like just the fact that you are going and turning it into a real game. Like those are all really cool steps. So I mean, and
Thanks,
you're doing it very quick. One of the things briefly I want to do an aside is like, I've been doing this analysis recently of like high effort, low effort, high quality, low quality, and utility.
Yeah.
And these are all the variables that come in. Like Bored Ape Yacht Club was high effort because it was first, high quality because it was first. Gutter Cats was high effort, high quality. Yetis was high effort, low quality. And then after that, we're entering this phase of medium quality, low quality, high effort, low effort. But like we're in this lull. But what happened in this brief window between apes and yetis where a bunch of people were like, oh wow, this is real, there's a lot of opportunity, and a bunch of smart people put their heads down, and now we're starting to see the fruit of that labor where a bunch of people have been quiet for 6 months, and I can't, well, 5, whatever, 9 minus 4,
seriously,
5 months, and they've been working on these projects. And so a bunch of people, like right now we have massive fatigue. Like we're tired of PFPs. We're tired of all these things. And we're seeing a lot of low effort, low quality stuff. But what's going to happen very, very quickly is that all this stuff that's been in the works with these quiet teams, these smart devs, these smart artists, it's all going to come out. And like over the next 2 or 3 months, we're going to see a bunch of high utility coming in. And
that's why I'm like chilling right now, because it's like I'd rather wait for my capital and deploy it on, like, there's going to be a super exciting project in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I would think. Right. But it's not now like mint any double alliteration cartoon PFP, angry alligators, crazy chimpanzees. Like I'm not touching any of those. And waiting for the good stuff. But yeah, I feel good about Crypto Raiders because, we checked some things off the box. Like basically anyone that bought in early is up big. And that could change, but people have had the opportunity to exit profitably, break even, free roll, all that stuff. We have a great team. Excalibur's done a great job hiring, and we have now, I calculated it last week, we have 1 year of burn for our salaries for the entire dev team and everyone, so we can survive feast or famine, anything. And I told everyone, I was like, what we have to do now is just build. Don't worry about the noise. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Just put our heads down for the next year and grind. And I think that it'll work out. And maybe it doesn't. Even if it doesn't, it's one of the best experiences of my life, and it will lead to other things. But I'm super bullish on it. And I think that it's fun and exciting, and that's why I really like the loot stuff, is because a lot of times when you think about games, you're worried about competition and stuff like that. But I think that maybe NFTs is going to create an opportunity for a lot more collaboration, where what we want to see eventually is we want to see people being able to build on top of our ecosystem and create Crypto Raider mini games that they own, but they leverage our assets. And all we ask is that we get a 20% Aurum fee, and they price everything in Aurum, but people can build their own mini games on top. Other games can integrate pieces. We can integrate pieces from other games. I think it's really going to be a revolution for gaming. And that's why I got excited. The loot I thought was the stupidest thing ever for the first 4 days. And then on the 5th day, I rested like the Lord himself, and then bought some loot.
Wow.
I'm not the Lord. I'm giving respect up high. I'm giving respect up high. I'm not up there. I'm down here. I'm 60 IQ. He's infinite IQ, so.
Hey, Sass, I got to ask you a question. Since we're on Crypto Raiders. Man, does luck actually do anything? Because, man, I've run that dungeon so many times, and I can't get a rosewood to save my life. What's up with that?
Luck doesn't impact anything right now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but luck is going to be like a very exciting mechanism. So like as we continue to build the game, so like luck will like increase your chance of like stumbling upon like a random treasure chest. Luck will increase your chance of like dodging a trap. Luck will increase your chance in like certain combat scenarios. But yeah, right now, hate to break it to you, it's not helping you get that rosewood.
Oh man, that sucks. Okay, am I gonna be able to re-roll my character because I've been pumping luck into every single character trying to get rosewood?
Yeah, so we're gonna set it up, and then like we're gonna give everyone one free reroll of stats, and then make
Okay.
it a progressive decay thing. So like if you
Okay.
just like spam reroll, it'll increase the fee every time, and then there'll be like a decay over time where it goes back down to a lower price, just so people can't like respec for every dungeon.
So Diablo 2.
Exactly. We're building Diablo 2. We literally just open up that playbook and we say we're taking that and we're taking that and we're taking this.
What if Diablo 4 is NFTs?
Not
We
gonna
talked
have,
about this offline.
they're boomers. They're not thinking. They probably think NFTs are dumb.
Not gonna make it.
Yeah. Yeah. And also I wonder if some of the big AAA companies are just worried about they're already sitting on a hoard of cash and they don't want to trip over some potential regulatory hurdles that I think we all know is eventually going to come.
Yeah.
So I think that they're like, hey, and also for them, it's like they're like, no, we'd rather just keep 100% of the money in the ecosystem instead of letting people own the assets. I mean, think how much do they make on microtransactions? That's all AAA does. They make so much money on microtransactions. They probably look at NFTs and they run the models and they probably lose 30% of their revenue, 40%
Well,
of the revenue.
this is a great segue to what I wanted to talk about. But Mike, I know you have to drop. Are there any parting thoughts that you had?
Mike, nice hat too, by the way. I just noticed the
Thanks.
Bored Ape on it.
Yeah. My wife made this for me.
Damn.
Well,
Keep her.
in case she's listening, I just want to say thanks to my wife for all the support she gave me while I was knocking out our project. Like it was pretty touch and go for a while just because I was having to put in so many hours, but she was super supportive and she got me this hat. So
It
I
feels
thought
good
that
to be
was
on the
awesome.
other side, right, Mike? You got to feel good, man.
No, man. Win Forge. Win Forge.
Oh yeah. So yeah, before I go, in case people are wondering about the forging, so my goal is to try to kind of release some project milestones every 2 weeks. I figure that's about a good time for kind of the hype from the previous drop to kind of die off, and so a new little hype thing to happen. So 2 weeks after the drop is the 16th, so Thursday the 16th. So that's our internal goal for releasing the Forge UI. Me and Malachi are kind of working on the
First Forge or both Forge?
That'll be Forge for just the two-tone characters. So the second Forge, that'll come at the end of the month when we actually launch the fourth character. So that's artist is currently working on the fourth character. He's super excited about how the drop went. He's super excited about doing this character. We've really kind of let the reins go on this, so we don't know what to expect on this fourth character. He was a little bit more tightly under the reins than me and Mal on the first three, so I'm super excited to see what he puts out. So we're working on Forge UI now. That'll be ready on Thursday. So and we're going to try to integrate more different wallets. Like that was one of the things that we kind of had to cut a little bit of corners on for the minting, is just mainly focus on MetaMask because that's what most people use. But for the Forge UI, we're gonna see what all extra we can support and get some more testers in there to try to see if we can make sure it's super smooth for everybody.
And while you're grinding that, if you could pump ETH too, I'd also appreciate that.
Hey,
we want ETH below 35. That's where NFTs have fun.
That's true.
True.
I mean, it's definitely like we got this big ass nifty culture wallet now, and it's like sitting there looking at that. It's like,
oh yeah, the fluctuations are tough to stomach. Do you guys use Zapper at all? It's like
I do.
Look at,
religiously.
Me too, and I love they have like NFT integration, and they like estimate the prices based on the floor, like your offers or something. And then the tough thing is because I'm like heavy cash, I don't have a ton of crypto right now, but like when the NFTs are getting repriced, this ETH dropping, and I just see my like Zapper funds going down. Yeah, it stings a little bit. Yeah, I got above a certain figure, and I'm trying to stay above that certain figure, and it's tough. I'm playing scared right now.
Dude, Zapper's the only way I keep track of where all my funds are at, man. I'm in all these 8 pools, and thank God for Zapper. Otherwise, I'd forget where I deposited stuff.
Yeah, actually, that's why I like Solana, because like I forgot that I put money in there, and I'm just gonna like that's my kid's college fund. I'm just gonna leave it in there, never log in.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna buy a Solana NFT out of principle.
I won't either, Maui. I'm with you.
I bought one of those DGen
Boomer.
and got a little money off that. So.
All right, so John, you and Mike have to drop. I have one more question. If either or all of you want to stick around, I wanted to talk about DC Comics and Marvel, Sass. If you got a couple minutes, if not,
dude, I'm down to hang, man. I'm down to hang.
Let's go.
I'm
really
retired.
Drop, so
all right,
I'll
buddy.
talk to y'all later.
All right, bye, Mike.
Bye, man.
Yeah, I'm in retirement mode. I'm in temporary retirement mode right now.
I didn't mean to take John off. Yeah, like this is actually like a really good segue when we talk about Diablo 4. And John, whenever you have to go, drop. But like, I know you love Diablo. I love Diablo. Sass loves Diablo. Like, it's funny because like 2 days before my wedding, like Diablo 3 came out, and I was like, Jesus, like, what do I do? Do I get married or do I play Diablo 3? The auction house is going to make me so much money. And I got married, and we went on our honeymoon, and thankfully my wife got a really bad sunburn, and so we're in Punta Cana, and she's bedridden for a day, and I get to play Diablo 3 from Punta Cana.
What'd you put in her sunscreen? You put some zinc in that shit, dude?
Yeah.
He's up at 4 in the morning in the bathroom, like putting zinc in this thing, like dumping it out, putting fake sunscreen in.
Oh man, you are a Cowboys fan.
Yep. We're
so,
dirty.
So like I'm playing Diablo 3 on our honeymoon, but like today the DC, like we knew DC was going to be litigious, right? They were with Boss Logic on his Nifty Gateway drop. Let's leave Boss Logic out of this. But like both Marvel and DC have been like super protective, even more so than they've ever been. Like, but what's interesting, and I tweeted about this, and we've talked about it offline quite a bit, is like this is actually an opportunity. Like, let's stop looking back at like Spider-Man being controlled by a corporation. Like, we're at this inflection point where we can look back at like how everything was done in the past, or we can look forward and say like Bored Ape Yacht Club and all these things that are coming forward. Like Micah Johnson with like
Aku, yeah.
Aku, like all these future projects. Like there's like the next Disney could be in these next things. The next major comics enterprises, everything could be coming really quickly. And so I'm curious are you bullish on the fact that these, boomer or older like people are protecting their IP, and then there's this new generation of people that are encouraging it, like crypto raiders. Like if I were to go get my artist to create like a Tammy that's killing a bunch of demons, like crypto raiders wouldn't come after us, right?
Yeah, no, we would just say, give us 5% of those royalties. No, yeah, we wouldn't care. Like that's the thing. It's like it's the new guard versus the old guard. The new guard, like someone wrote an awesome tweet that said that your take rate is my opportunity, and it was like a reference to Jeff Bezos's quote, "Your profit margin is my opportunity," and basically saying that like games and like the old guard have it wrong, or not necessarily maybe that they have it wrong, but we can attack their weak points. So people that are super protective over IP, or people that are charging way too much of their, taking too much out of their in-game ecosystem. Like that's how we can beat them, because it's one of those things where they've built so big they can't restructure. So I mean, but I still think that there's going to be awesome. Like imagine Grand Theft Auto role playing, but like it's on NFTs. Like I think the AAA studios,
they have
movie companies are going to do great things. So like, is this drop coming out? Like you've piqued my interest.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that AAA like think about it this way, right? Eventually, apes are going to be too popular. Eventually, and it may not be apes, but eventually, some NFT that is this open ecosystem is going to be too popular. Like, eventually, Fortnite is going to want to include. Let's pretend apes breakthrough, right? And they're the biggest thing in the world. Like Steph Curry, everyone. Like, eventually, Fortnite's going to want to have an ape in there.
Oh yeah,
like it's inevitable, right? So what does the Bored Ape Yacht Club do? What does this group of people do? Say no, like you're incredibly litigious, you're protective of your IP, like you have relationships with others, like, or do you break in that way and say, okay, like Epic, okay, Fortnite, like we'll come in, but we want this to be an NFT. And I think that's what's going to happen, is that the function of NFTs is going to break down the walls of previous things. Eventually, Disney's going to want to Wreck-It Ralph 16 is gonna want to have an ape in it because the ape is gonna be like a cultural icon, right?
And I can almost guarantee that there are executives at high levels in these companies that are bullish on it. And I bet you the legal department is full court press on defense about not doing it because they think that they're probably going to open up some sort of can of worms, right? Because like if you own Wreck-It Ralph NFT, what rights do you have? Like no way they let you print toys with that, right? You know, you can sell it, flip it, you know, but like what can you actually like use it for? Those are going to be the interesting questions where I think that these companies will get into NFTs, but they'll be in a weird structural zone. And
Like
then
Larva Labs, right? You can make $100,000 a year.
Yeah, that's weird. Honestly, I still think that's weird. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I think for me, that was kind of a turning point. I was like a big punk is the almighty until I realized that apes, you actually get the IP behind it.
Well, and how are you going to regulate that?
And so it's almost like
I think
you guys living in
DAO.
Singapore.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's true, but I mean, still, it's just it's more of the ethos to anything to me. It's like
it's the ethos. I agree.
One project embodies what crypto is supposed to be, and that's like this decentralized movement and
like, why
value
100K?
Back to the user.
And why 100K?
Yes, exactly.
Like
it's like
nothing. Make it nothing or everything. You can't use it or you can't.
Well,
why
I
not
think
50
kind of
ETH
peas.
or
I mean,
something?
like,
Yeah.
you have to kind of throw a bone, right? You can't just say nothing. I mean, the community is probably that stinks, right? If you're a punk owner,
But then why have a limit? That's what I'm confused about. You know what I'm saying? They're saying go make money with it, but you can't make more than 100K without our prior approval. And then like, how do they even, if someone lives in Singapore and says F you, well, I mean, I guess they can still take down websites and stuff.
I don't know, man. To me, this is like very reminiscent of, and I hate to say this, I don't want to say it on stream, but in fact, I'm not going to say it, but I just feel like in the end, this might be what, no, I'm not going to. There's too many folks on here that would be just butthurt about it. But I think that the openness and inclusion of the apes is, and the fact that you own the IP is what's going to, I've totally changed my tune. I think punks, I think apes, I think ends up passing punks because the value is there for apes. It actually embodies what the movement was about. Whereas, CryptoPunks was early, but, they're not, you don't actually own it. I mean, you own it, but you don't really own it, right? You don't have the IP to it. So
I'm with you.
All right, we've gone almost an hour, and I'm just shocked and honored that the Nick would come back from his bachelor party.
You're gonna see a lot of me. We're in a bear market. You better get comfy. You better leave me a seat at the table. I'm gonna be on twice a week now, dude. Me too, dude.
Yeah. It's been,
I went into the dark hole of NFTs. I miss myself, dude. I miss myself. That's why I got all spiritual on my bachelor party. I'm like, what is life really? You know what I mean? Like, here's the thing. At the end of the day, one thing that I learned, I made a lot of money over the past 6 months flipping NFTs, but it's like day trading stocks. It's a soulless endeavor, like building community, friendships, like that's where it matters, So I think that, and I mean, who cares? It's just my personal opinion, but I think that there's a lot more to the game than just, flipping NFTs. And I look forward to being able to, I want to believe in something again, Mal. I want to believe in something, and I want to break my rule of never falling in love. I want to start falling in love again.
I that inspires me, and we've talked about this a little bit offline. Is like the thing that sucks is like we all believe that everyone who's ever been on the show that NFTs are the future of everything. Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't have started this project. But right now, like the thing that was breaking my heart is like if I flip something for profit, someone else is stuck holding my bag.
And their names.
Hurts.
It's not like the stock market, where it's like it just goes into a vortex. Like the username on OpenSea of the guy that bought your thing for 100 ETH, and you see him just listing it at 40 a month later, and you're just like, or 4, exactly. Yeah,
and that's
that poor guy holding a bunch of pickles and bananas in his wallet.
Poor guys, I feel bad for him. Not gonna make it.
But that's the thing is like, I think, this is the next evolution is we saw what's happening. And I think that it's important and incumbent of us to hold ourselves and the community to a higher standard. Like this whole PFP craze, like there's 25 drops a day right now of a 10,000 plus, and that's just not sustainable. And so I'd rather not play in that game or pick a few projects here and there that I believe in. But right now it's wild, and I want NFTs to be the future. And if too many people come in, if I've never bought an NFT before and I get stuck holding someone else's bag, I'm never going to come back. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you on that. That's why I think games will be fun when people aren't speculating so much on prices and they're playing to have fun, and like the money can be made, but it's not like the primary focus. And also I think we're going to see more interesting projects like loot, not like loot, but I mean like loot in that they're weirdly different, and like most people won't get it right away, but it'll be like some sort of like awesome new thing. Like I feel like there's going to be projects like that on the horizon, and I look forward to like seeing that kind of stuff again. And that's one of the I know I keep talking about loot, but that's one of the kind of things that I liked, is that like it's like it embodies the decentralized community, we can make it whatever like aspect. Like I don't know if there's going to be more things like that and where they'll fit into the ecosystem, but like I think the best thing that happened to this NFT run is it probably brought a lot of brilliant minds into the space, and we'll probably bear the fruits of that labor over the next 6 months.
I love it.
Agreed.
Cool. But retiring for September, listening to a lot of Green Day, hopping on a lot of podcasts, hanging out with the friends.
Let's do it.
We're making a meme. We're making a meme project called Generative Pain, and it's just people punching holes into walls. And there's like different like glove types and like things on your hand, and we're gonna give away like a ton of the supply to people that post like their worst losses, and we're just gonna have like a website full of like people's worst NFT losses, and you get a commemorative NFT.
Loss leader.
Well, that's an awesome idea.
Right?
That's an awesome idea. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
That's better than Pickle's idea. That's for sure.
Pickles is brilliant. Pickles gonna make it.
That meme army was legendary.
Dude, when Pickles and Raiders. When?
Yeah, seriously, right? The pickle staff of awesomeness.
Dude, soon.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
It does.
Do you remember Bonsais?
Yeah.
Bonsais feels like it was like 2015.
I wonder if Danny's still holding all his bonsais.
He's not.
Bonsai.
Danny's coming back 9/22. You better be here for that. Well, you better be on before that, but you better be.
We all need to get matching shades and like matching hats for Danny's return.
Hey, we're all gonna go to Portugal. You want to come with us?
I'm down, but I think Pio's gonna piss off Danny, and we're never gonna see Pio again. We're all gonna wake up on the farm one day and be like, "Where's Pio?" I know he took the first train out this morning. Decided to go on a sabbatical.
That's
I'm just fucking around. I'm fucking around.
We just got dark.
I'm fucking around. No, dude, but I'm excited. That's February 22, right?
2/22/22.
2/22/22. Man. And dude, I just love Dan. I want to see like Danny's house and his like compound and all of that stuff. He's the man. My favorite Danny is No Shirt Danny.
I love all the Dannys. Dude, let's do it. Let's make a Danny NFT.
We should, dude.
All right, John's got to go. All right, let's
bonsai.
All right, let's call it. All right, we're done.
You know what it is? Wait, one thing. Danny's going to bring the bull market back. I'm calling it.
That like 4 people have said that. Paper D was like, when Danny comes back, the bull market comes back. All right, John, you got to go.
Zyphy Art just said that. All right. Shout out to Zyphy.
All right, let's call it. Dude, Nick, it's always fun. It's always a pleasure. What's your next 16 projects? Are you really taking a break?
I'm taking a break, man. I'm taking a break. I had a little fun minting these things today. I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting for the cool project. There's gonna be a cool project to like flip and buy and speculate on. It's gonna be something different, something cool. I'm looking forward to that. But other than that, man, I'm just gonna be building crypto raiders. I don't know if I told you about voxel villages.
Yeah, I bought a few.
Oh no, you're talking voxels.
No, you showed me screenshots of voxel villages.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that because it's going to be like a social room, kind of like Habba Hotel, Club Penguin-ish game where or like more like kind of social experience where it's going to be more about just like building an awesome room, community, hangout zones, trading rooms, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So
It's like The Sims, but like
Exactly.
NFT Sims, right?
exactly NFT Sim. So doing like 75% crypto raiders, 25% voxel villages, and then waiting for Danny's return, and then he's gonna give me the energy I need to become the flipper that I've always been meant to be.
We need Danny back. I think we all miss him. Let's do it. All right, let's call it. Any parting
Later.
thoughts?
Thanks for having me on.
All right, see y'all. Take care, everyone.